This is the Cincinnati Reds Radio Network.
The Reds are on the radio.
Reds baseball is brought to you by AAA, the best roadside in the game, proud partner of the Cincinnati Reds. Swift Meats, inspiring extraordinary meals since 1855. PNC, the official bank of the Cincinnati Reds. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together. Western and Southern, put our financial strength behind you. The Reds are also brought to you by Hayes & Sons, we do restoration right. Your Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Penn Station East Coast Subs, the official cheesesteak of the Reds. It's all about good taste.
Deep right field, way out of here, and the Reds walk it off.
The Reds are on the radio.
This is the Cincinnati Reds Radio Network.
Reds fans, get your tickets now for the 2024 season and save big with a Reds Pick 6 plan. Choose from any 6 home games, including 3-2-1 Tuesdays, Fireworks Fridays, and new this season, the City Connect Bobblehead Series. Plus, each Pick 6 plan includes an exclusive Spencer Steer City Connect Bobblehead to complete your set. For tickets and more information, call 513-381-REDS or visit reds.com/pick6.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
The Dan Patrick Show, Monday morning at 9 on Fox Sports 1360.
A beautiful day for baseball in Goodyear, Arizona. Before we get the Cactus League opener started, let's meet today's starting lineups. And we begin with David Bell's Reds, coming off an 82-80 season a year ago. They lead off with the center fielder, T.J. Friedl. Ellie De La Cruz plays short, hits second. Jamer Candelario will play third base and hit third. Jake Fraley, the cleanup hitter, in right field, with Tyler Stevenson catching and batting fifth. Will Benson, the former Guardian, plays left field and hits sixth. Batting seventh, Josh Harrison at second base. First baseman Nick Martini hits eighth, with Austin Wynns, the DH. Batting ninth, Carson Spires starts on the mound for the Reds. For the Guardians, managed by Stephen Vogt in his first year at the helm, it'll be Stephen Kwan leading things off and playing left field. The second baseman, Andres Jimenez, hits second. Batting third, Jose Ramirez, the third baseman. At first base, hitting fourth, Josh Naylor. Ramon Laureano will play right field and hit fifth. Davison De Los Santos will DH and hit sixth. Bo Naylor will catch and hit seventh. Brian Rocchio will play shortstop and hit eighth, with Miles Straw in center field batting ninth, and Carlos Carrasco on the mound for the Guardians. Pleased to be riding shotgun for another season with the Cowboy, Jeff Brantley. I'm Tommy Thrall. It's great to be with you. And Cowboy, fun to get things started. A little different feel around the camp this year as opposed to a year ago.
Yeah, I think so, Tommy. It seems like everybody is quite excited coming into this year. I think with the looks of all of these young players last year and how well that they came along, I think folks have a tremendous outlook looking into 2024, and I think the crowd would tell you exactly that.
Good turnout for the Cactus League opener here at Goodyear Ballpark. It's the Reds and Guardians on a beautiful afternoon in the desert. Hope you enjoy it. Let's play. T.J. Friedl will stand in to get things started for the Redlegs. Friedl coming off a year in which he hit .279. Carrasco's ready, and the first pitch of 2024 is on the way, and it misses outside from Carrasco for ball one to T.J. Friedl. Carrasco is actually in camp with the Guardians on a minor league deal, trying to make this team, whether that be as a emergency starter, maybe a middle relief guy, a little different than how he left Cleveland. The pitch is off the plate outside to Friedl, and the count is 2-0. Carrasco coming off a season with New York last year. He really didn't pitch well. And he is hoping to return to form with Cleveland. The 2-0 pitch is up and away. Of course, had all kinds of success with the Guardians, but left Cleveland for New York in that trade that sent Francisco Lindor over to the Mets. Carrasco's home with the 3-0 pitch to Friedel, and he pours a strike in to make it 3-1.
I think the toughest thing, Tommy, as you get older, and Carrasco would qualify in this category as an older pitcher, you start to lose a little bit of velocity. When you lose velocity, you have to be even more so perfect with your location.
He fires in a strike at the knees to Friedel. It's a full count.
And last year, that perfection just wasn't there for him.
Pitch to an ERA in the end over 6. And now here he is trying to re-find. Now the pitch is low and inside for ball 4. TJ Friedel works a walk to start the ball game today, but he's trying to find the fountain of youth at 36 years old. But boy, he was a fan favorite when he was in his heyday in Cleveland.
Yeah, when you're used to rifling it up there in the mid-90s, and that first pitch, you don't really worry so much about the hitter taking a big hack at it, and that velocity starts to drop around 90 and 91, you start to be a little tentative on that first pitch, and it just turns the at-bat against you.
Ellie De La Cruz stands in, and he looks at a first pitch strike from Carrasco at 90 miles an hour. The count is 0-1.
Well, how many eyes will be on this young fella for the Reds here in 2024?
And it may sound crazy. I think this is a big camp for Ellie. Looks a little different at the plate. Switch hitter up there from the left side against the right-handed throwing Carrasco as the pitch misses high and outside. The count is even 1-1.
He looks a little broader in the upper body.
Looks
like he's had a winter of working out.
He spent a lot of time with Reds hitting coach Joel McKeith on a couple of different occasions as well, working on the swing. Here's the 1-1 instead. A pick to first chases Friedel back to the bag. De La Cruz, you may remember last year, had the big leg kick. That's gone. Carrasco's ready. Out of the stretch, a high hold, and now home with the 1-1 pitch. After a long look at Friedel over at first base. And he misses high and outside to De La Cruz. The strikeouts really piled up on Ellie last year.
Yeah, I think for any young hitter, any adjustments that you make, a lot of times you feel like if I'm not with the big leg kick or the big cocking motion with the hands, then I'm not going to have the same kind of power. Well, you can do a lot of those things and make some small adjustments and still have that power, and I think that's where Ellie's headed.
Strike call to the outside corner. It's 2-2. He doesn't need to hit the ball to the back of the seats in right field for a home run. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And De La Cruz takes just off the outside corner. And I think that's going to be a big key for him, the patience.
Yeah, and that's tough to do when you're trying to establish yourself. I think when Ellie got to the big leagues last year, he wanted to show people, hey, I can do this in the big leagues just like I did it in the minor leagues. Well, big league pitchers, after a while, they just say, you're not embarrassing me.
Payoff pitch is looped into short left field. Friedel was running on the pitch. It's dropping quickly, and it's down for a hit in front of Stephen Kwan and left. And the Reds have 2 on with nobody out.
Well, that's pretty apropos there for De La Cruz. A first hit in his first at bat, and it had an exit velocity of about 35.
That's exactly what you expect out of De La Cruz, right?
He hit it like he was driving in the school zone.
Now Jeimer Candelario, he's up there after stints in Washington and Chicago last year, combined to hit .251. 22 home runs between his 2 stops. Here's the pitch. And Candelario swings and skies one high into the air off first, foul ground. And over to make a play on it is Naylor near the dugout railing of the Guardians. He'll make the catch, and that's the first out. Now Jake Fraley. Now they're facing the right-handed throwing Carlos Carrasco today, but one of the things to kind of keep an eye on this spring, at least as far as I'm concerned, is Jake Fraley and Will Benson against left-handed pitching, because we know they can hit the right-handers, but in order for them to get a little more playing time this year, got to be able to prove that they can hit left-handers too. And Fraley swings and hits a one-hopper right to the second baseman. Jimenez feeds to second. Rocchio on to Naylor. That's an inning-ending 4-6-3 double play. Reds threaten but come up empty. Half inning complete in Goodyear. Reds nothing. Guardians coming up on the Reds Radio Network.
When your child is facing a difficult health challenge, the world shrinks down to just one question. Who can help us? Cincinnati Children's is ranked the #1 children's hospital in the nation by U.S. News and World Report. We're the one for the ones that matter most. It's no wonder patients from all 50 states and over 50 countries seek our specialty care. Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together.
Reds fans, 2024 single game tickets are on sale now. Secure your seats for the biggest matchups at Great American Ballpark this year, including the Red Sox, Cubs, and Dodgers. And don't miss out on our City Connect bobblehead series, Fireworks Fridays, and a post-game benefit concert featuring country music superstar Thomas Rhett. For tickets to watch your Reds in 2024, visit Reds.com/tickets.
Hey ho, my chuckaboos on your afternoonified devices. It's me, Gustavus Swift, founder of Swift Foods and all-around meat guy. So, what's for dinner tonight? Might I suggest a tender and delicious cut of Swift beef skirt steak? Perhaps a juicy Swift pork tenderloin with a marvelous citrus chutney. Either one will take the egg the moment it hits the old sauce box. What am I saying? You're already on the internet, look it up. Swift Foods, inspiring extraordinary meals since 1855.
No matter how you like your burger or barbecue, it'll taste even better on a Klosterman honey bun. Fresh and delicious Klosterman honey buns really are the better bun. So load on the toppings and break out the good paper plates. Make your burger better with Klosterman honey buns.
Colin Cowherd, Monday at noon on Fox Sports 1360.
Carson Spires will toe the slab for the Reds to start the Cactus League opener. And, Cowboy, we saw Carson a couple of times last year, a couple of starts, a couple of opportunities out of the bullpen.
Yeah, I thought he handled everything really well. And he's one of those types of pitchers that if you need him to start on Saturday and turn around 3 or 4 days later and pitch out of the bullpen, he's one of those types of arms that can do that.
First pitch swinging. Stephen Kwan skies a pop-up behind the plate. That will end up back into the seats, a few rows deep.
And I think Carson Spires has that kind of value that, especially for the Reds, the way they have the rotation kind of penciled in, you have a pretty good idea about who it should be. But if you have some injuries or if you have some guys that may have to start late, a guy like Carson Spires is one that could fill that role, whether it be in the bullpen or in the rotation.
Pitching depth is going to be another key for the Reds this year. They showed the need for depth last year. Guys are going to be a little more prepared that they bring to the big leagues this year in an emergency role. The pitch is off the plate inside. 1-1 now on Stephen Kwan. And that means that there are guys that gave the Reds significant innings last year that aren't going to make this team out of spring training. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Kwan, and he swings through it. Pretty good pitch there from Carson Spires, and he made Kwan, a pretty good hitter, look silly. Kwan coming off a year where he hit .268, 5 homers, 54 knocked in for him a year ago. Here's the 1-2 pitch, way in off the plate from Spires. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
I think you have certain pitchers when you come into spring training that you know are going to be in your rotation or in the bullpen. And then there are others that they've got to have a pretty good spring to make the club. Well, Carson Spires would fill that latter role. You're not going to tell Ashcraft or Alexis Diaz they're not going to be on the big league club because they've done what they've needed to do to give David Bell a reasonable expectation of what to have when the season begins.
2-2 is grounded up the middle, diving forward Harrison. He can't get it. That's going to trickle into right center field for a base hit. Even Kwan guides one up the middle for a knock to start the Guardians. The Guardians' first inning.
Glad you did that first.
I know. I don't think I have said that in 2 years, but there it is, right out of the gate. Here's Andres Jimenez.
Welcome to spring training, folks.
Jimenez hitting .251, 15 homers, 62 knocked in a season ago. Spires' first pitch is fouled off by Jimenez. Guardians are needing a little bit more pop this year.
Well, they finished last in the big leagues in the home run category last year.
The 0-1 pitch is fouled back. Their outfield had 0 thump. They just didn't hit well collectively at all. And they really didn't hit well against left-handed pitching, so they're trying to find a solution for that. They were tied for the worst team average in all of baseball against lefties last year. And the 0-2 pitch, strike 3 called. Down on strikes, Jimenez. There's one away. There's Jose Ramirez.
I do find it interesting that this spring training, after a 2023 season of playing with the pitch clock, we will play with the pitch clock throughout spring training.
Strike 1 to Ramirez on the outside corner. The count is 0-1. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I am too. But I think if I'm speaking from a player standpoint, I mean, this is really glorified practice. You're just trying to get ready, and sometimes that pitch clock may get in your way.
0-1 pitch is low and inside to Ramirez. The count is even 1 ball and 1 strike.
Guess if you got to play with it, you might as well practice with it. Part of it.
Practice like you play, right? Isn't that the old adage? It's a 1 ball, 1 strike count on Ramirez. Runner at first with 1 out. We're scoreless in the bottom of the first inning of the Cactus League opener in Goodyear. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled into the net above the Reds' third base dugout. A ball and 2 strikes.
You know, this guy Ramirez is one consistent threat in this Indian or Guardians lineup. And I think when you look at his numbers from last year, the home run numbers were down, and I think a lot of it had to do with guys with no thump around him.
Right.
You don't have to pitch to this guy.
The 1-2 pitch to Ramirez from Spires. And he checks on a pitch high.
You make no mistake about it. Ramirez may not be a $300 million paid player, but as far as his qualifications, he fits that category all day, every day. I mean, he will flat out hurt you.
5-time All-Star, and All-Star again last year. 4 Silver Sluggers in his trophy case, fouled back by Ramirez. Still 2-2.
And it's not like you can go to the bullpen and switch him from one side to the other and get the benefit of the doubt. He hits good from both sides.
Seems to always be in the MVP conversation as well. I mean, the 2-2 pitch, Ramirez tried to check on a pitch down and in, couldn't hold up. He went around. He is down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Carson Spires after the seeing eye single start of the inning for Cleveland. The umpires today, Malachi Moore calling the balls and strikes. Behind the plate on the bases, Alan Porter, David Arrieta, and Dan Mertzel. Josh Naylor standing in with a runner on at first and 2 away. Naylor coming off a year in which he hit .308. You look at him kind of protecting Ramirez in the lineup. 17 home runs for Naylor. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-1.
But I think it also goes back to that stat you threw out earlier about how bad the Guardians did against left-handed pitching. And Naylor is strictly a left-handed batter. And he struggles against left-handed pitching.
Pick to first, runner back. One on, 2 out. Scoreless in the first. Spires is ready. Right-hander delivers, and it's grounded foul off the facing of the first base dugout. 0-2. Talking with hitters, it's always the timing. The swing might feel great, but it takes a little bit for that timing to click. Activity in the Cleveland bullpen. Here's the pitch, and it's down and in. Ball, 2 strikes on Naylor. Each team getting their leadoff man on here in the first inning. The Reds got their first 2 aboard. Came up empty. The Guardians with a leadoff single before back-to-back strikeouts, and now the 1-2 pitch to Naylor. And it's a breaking ball that misses low and inside. That levels the count. It's 2-2. Spires ready at the belt. The 2-2 pitch. And strike 3 called. Got him looking. Pain at the inside edge of the knees, and he locks up Josh Naylor. 3 straight punch-outs after the leadoff single for Carson Spires, and we're scoreless at the end of 1 on the Reds Radio Network.
Seg, winter sucks. What can I do to get that warm, cozy feeling inside?
Here's an idea, Willie. Call Johnson Heating and Cooling today to learn more about the complete new lineup of Tempstar high-efficiency furnaces. They're 98% efficient and backed by the Tempstar no-hassle guarantee.
Seggy, my man, I feel warmer already.
In Cincinnati, call Johnson Heating and Cooling at 859-472-6051. Johnson Heating and Cooling and Tempstar. Quality you can feel. Tempstar.
The time to save is now. It's Ford Truck Month at your local Ford dealer. And right now, we're offering special deals on all remaining 2023 Ford F-150s in stock. That's right. Get great incentives on the best-selling trucks in America for 47 straight years. But you can't wait. This is a limited time offer, and it's your last chance to save big on a 2023 Ford F-150. Check out all the great Truck Month deals at buyfordnow.com, and then get over to your local Ford dealer today.
Marty Brenneman here. You know, with baseball season comes grilling season, and nothing is better than Montgomery Inn Barbecue. In fact, did you know that you can get all your Montgomery Inn favorites at your local grocery store? Complete your grocery list with Montgomery Inn's sweet and tangy barbecue sauce, world-famous ribs, pulled chicken, and pulled pork. Doesn't get much better than that. Find all your Montgomery Inn favorites at Kroger or your local grocery store.
I wish I could find a man just like Willie.
Willie is here for you.
I want to be a great American just like Willie.
Let me help ease your concerns, keep you informed, and raise your spirits.
Bill Cunningham, Monday at 12 noon on 700 WLW.
The Reds come to bat here in the second inning. New pitcher to tell you about.
Hunter Gaddis. See what young Hunter has to offer.
Former 5th-round pick out of Georgia State. Selected in 2019. First pitch is in there for a strike to Tyler Stevenson. Gaddis has spent parts of the last couple seasons in Cleveland. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball is in there for a strike. And it's 0-2 now on Tyler Stevenson. I feel like this is kind of a big year for Tyler.
I would agree with that.
243 last year, certainly a down year offensively. The 0-2 pitch misses up and away. But this time around, he's not coming back from a serious collarbone injury.
Yeah, I think when you have a true offseason,
the 1-2 pitch is fouled back.
And you're able to kind of relax and get back into the rhythm of playing baseball. You're building up your body rather than trying to protect your body. I think that's the difference between what Stevenson's offseason was this year and what he had the last 2 years trying to recover from injuries.
The 1-2. And it didn't miss by much, but it's ball 2.
And let's face it, Tommy, I think there was a lot of mind games going on with Tyler last year, and he may not admit this, but asking him to play first base and then the designated hitter. And, you know, you got 3 catchers on your club. You don't know when you're going to catch. I think that was just a tough spot to be in for a veteran player, much less a guy that's only been in the big leagues a year and a half. And that's where Tyler was at last year.
It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Here's the break-even pitch. And he fouls it back again. Still 2-2. I think that takes a big toll on you mentally. And Cowboy, that's coming off a year in which the Reds really made it a point to anoint him their everyday catcher. Remember the whole QB1 thing. He was the guy. It was his team now. And now all of a sudden you bring in a couple of veterans around him. The 2-2 pitch and a check swing. He didn't want to, but he went around and he's down on strikes. That could be a tough thing to overcome mentally, especially when you factor in the other positions and all that. So he had a lot, I feel like, working against him, kind of a chance now for Stevenson to really prove himself and probably play with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder this year. Will Benson stands in. Talk about a guy that proved himself a little bit last year. He opened some eyes, and he swings the first pitch and grounds it sharply back up the middle. The shortstop, Rockio, has it. Fields and throws him out. 2 down. I feel like Will Benson's the type of player that the Guardians would love to have on their team right now.
Well, they had him. They're not going to get him back.
Now Josh Harrison. Certainly a thrill for Harrison to don the Reds uniform. Here's the first pitch to him, and he swings and fouls it back. Cincinnati guy, Harrison. Now, certainly nothing guaranteed this spring, but he's got a chance to play his way onto this team. And with a major league invite on a minor league contract, the pitch misses off the plate outside. It's a ball and a strike.
Yeah, and there are certain times for veteran players like Josh where you come to a major league spring training, you have plenty of time to get yourself worked into shape. That won't be the case for Josh this spring.
The 1-1 pitch is swung on and lifted high into the air. Lazy fly to the right of center. Straw Adam played perfectly, shading that way in center. He'll make the catch, and the Reds are out in order in the second. We've played an inning and a half in Goodyear, and we're scoreless on the Reds Radio Network.
Hey, Lance McAllister here, and Branstedter's Kangaroo has you covered again. Start the new year off right with a new Kangaroo and pay absolutely nothing until summertime. Buy now, pay later. Branstedter's Kangaroo and their unbeatable service is ready to put your new top-quality roof on now. And thanks to their 6-month same-as-cash financing, you won't pay until summertime. Call now. Schedule a free estimate. 513-734-9000. New roof now, pay later. Visit GoKanga.net today.
Family owned and operated, R&L Carriers prides itself on quality customer service. With a nationwide network of service centers, our team works for you and your business, guiding freight across the U.S. and Canada. Speak with a representative to learn more about the company's guaranteed expedited and liftgate services. Our experts will take the time to create a custom shipping solution to fit your individual needs. Connect with us at rlc.com. One call, one carrier. R&L Carriers.
Your gas light's on. We need to fill up.
Gas around here is too expensive.
Don't drive all over searching for the lowest prices. Just download the free Upside app and get cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying gas? I'm stopping now to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or e-gift card. Download the free Upside app now and use promo code GIFT for an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill up. That's promo code GIFT.
Behold, baseball is back. And so are Little Kings. The classic full-flavored recipe has returned in its tiny green bottle to a beer fridge near you. Grab an 8-pack today and stock up for the season ahead. Huzzah! Little Kings Brewery, Cincinnati, Ohio.
The Dan Patrick Show, Monday morning at 9 on Fox Sports 1360.
Back at Goodyear Ballpark here in Arizona. No score, Reds and Guardians. Carson Spires is back to work for his second inning. He will deal with Ramon Laureano. Carlos Carrasco just went 1 for Cleveland, but Red starter getting a couple of innings this afternoon in the Cactus League opener. First pitch to Ramon Laureano. Instead, somebody wants time. Nobody will get it. The pitch on the way regardless. It's in there for a call strike.
Hurry, hurry.
Looked like Laureano might have wanted time and then decided against it, I guess. Spires ready with the 0-1 pitch now. Here it comes. And it's grounded foul. Right over by the Reds dugout. Jeff Pickler plucks it on the rail on a hop. Beautiful day. Few clouds, and by the standards that have been set this spring here in Goodyear, this is a cloudy day. The 0-2 pitch up and in. And it's just, there's really not many clouds to speak of. Just a little bit of a haze hanging over the desert.
Nice.
It's perfect. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And a line drive over short. That's into left field for a hit. So Laureano is aboard to begin things in the Cleveland second. I understand it was snowing in Cincinnati today.
That's what I hear.
And ain't doing that here.
No, we are the furthest thing from snow.
76 degrees, and can work on your tan today. Davison De Los Santos stands in with 1 on and nobody out. The pitch is a strike called on the inside corner. Davison, a Rule 5 selection. Came over from the Diamondbacks as a Major League Rule 5 pick.
The only problem with De Los Santos making this club is he's third baseman. So they've got a pretty good guy over there in Ramirez.
0-1 pitch is down too low. You probably get excited when you're a big league Rule 5 pick. You go over and you think, all right, got a chance to get to the big leagues.
But I think the Indians may very well carry this guy. He's got a shot because he can hit.
He's DHing today, but they plan to work him in the corner outfield spots this spring. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's down and away. It's a 2-ball, 1-strike count. A man on with nobody out. 2 balls and a strike on De Los Santos. Carson Spires has the sign, readies at the belt, uncorks the 2-1 pitch, and it's chopped foul, third base side. And that levels the count. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network.
WSAI Cincinnati. The Fox Sports 1360 studios. Delivered by R&L Carriers. Partner with a family-owned LTL provider at RLC.com.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Davison De Los Santos. Carson Spires from the belt. Fires, swing and a miss. He blew it by him. Elevated the heater there and got it by De Los Santos to strike him out for his 4th punch out of the ball game. Now Bo Naylor, the brother of Josh Naylor, who struck out looking to end the first inning. They slow played Bo Naylor a little bit. Took their time bringing him to the big leagues to make sure he was ready to handle the catching load on a regular basis. The pitch misses way high and outside. It's a 1-ball, no strike count on Naylor. 67 games with the Guardians last year, and he hit .237, but knocked 11 homers and drove in 32. The 1-0. Fouls it back. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
They have Bo and Josh have a third brother that is coming along as well. I wonder if the Guardians will be drafting him. I hear he's pretty good.
Has there ever been a time?
I can't recall his first name, but
have there ever been 3 brothers on one team at one time?
I don't think so.
I feel like that'd be a first. Maybe. The 1-1 strike.
And yet you got to get 3 brothers that get to the big leagues first.
Right.
I don't think so.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Naylor.
Maybe there has been.
Spires readies. The 1-2 pitch off the plate outside. I'm trying to think of family. I mean, the Ripkins, the Boones, the Bretts come to mind. Now the 2-2 pitch to Bo Naylor. And he swings and socks one in the air to straightaway center field, but this one's not going anywhere. Medium depth, and T.J. Friedel will actually come in on it and make the catch for the second out.
Shortstop number 4, Brian Rocchio.
Now Brian Rocchio. Gotten 23 games with Cleveland last year and hit .247. He's in the battle for that shortstop spot. And that's
Gabriel Arias.
It's a pretty tight race over there at short. First pitch is right in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1 on Rocchio.
Well, Rocchio has hit everywhere he's been, and he is a switch hitter. Arias is an awfully good shortstop, but he hasn't hit anywhere.
Now the 0-1 pitch to Rocchio. A swing and a miss, and the count is 0-2. Both Venezuelan natives, and both pretty good friends, but battling for the same job. Rocchio down to the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner on with 2 outs. We're scoreless in the second, and now Spires brings it home. And it's a weak tapper left of the mound. It's going to be a tough play for Candelario. He barehands, throws high to first. Now they throw to third. They've got the runner hung up there. The throw goes to second to Harrison. And now the flip to De La Cruz, and he will just run down Laureano and tag him out for the final out of the inning. Guardians come up empty again in the second. Scoreless through 2 on to Cowboy in the third on the Reds Radio Network.
Toyota is all about having choices, like more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including America's best-selling car, Toyota Camry. Now through March 4th, you can choose any new gas-powered 2024 Camry with 4.99 APR financing, including all-wheel drive Camrys. Or you can get a great lease deal on Camry with approved credit through TFS. Plus, you get 2 years no-cost maintenance. Get details at Toyota.com. The choice is yours. Toyota, let's go places.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Spring's here, and we're looking for another successful season on the diamond and on the job site. But what does success really mean? At the heart of it, a big win means that everyone gets home safely. We can all be an all-star while driving. Keep an eye out for road workers. Watch your speed and eliminate distractions so that Ohio work zones can be safe for all. Take the Safe Driving Pledge at ohiolecet.com/safer-roads and join us in promoting safety on the job site. This message is brought to you by the Ohio Laborers Union and Ohio Lecet.
Every time you get a fresh brewed coffee or a fountain drink at United Dairy Farmers, you earn 3 cents off per gallon of gas with UDrive. So get a drink a day for 5 days, earn 15 cents off per gallon. The savings add up until you fill up. This calls for a toast to UDrive, only at UDF.
Left-hander Tim Herron will come into the ball game for the Guardians. We are scoreless. Reds and Guardians here on opening day. Spring training here in Goodyear. And the left-hander Herron will go to work against the left-handed first baseman Nick Martini. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Herron, left-hander, 27 years of age, out of Terre Haute, Indiana. Ground ball back up the middle off the bat of Martini. Nice pick by Jimenez, and he got him. Jimenez sliding to his right, backhands it, and he'll throw out Martini for the first out of the third. 1 down. Here's Austin Wynns.
Pretty slick play in the first day of spring action.
Not only slick play, but able to get something on it as well. Herron, the left-hander, the turn, the pitch. Fastball upstairs, and it's a 1-ball, no strike count. So the Guardians go from 6'6", 260 Hunter Gaddis to 6'6", 230 left-hander Tim Herron. It's a good thing we're not running up the middle. Two balls and no strikes to Wins, and this ball is lifted high and deep to left. It's gone, but I believe it is foul. It is foul. Just a loud strike.
Pretty good poke.
2 ball, 1 strike count as Herron looks in to Naylor for the sign, and the left-hander will turn it loose. And he misses up and away. 3 balls and a strike. Of course, at this part of spring training, especially the first week and a half, pitchers, for the most part, always ahead of the hitters. And then things start to get interesting, especially as we roll around to the end of camp. And that's going to miss off the outside corner. Ball 4, down to first is Wins. And that'll be the Reds' first base runner here in the third, and bring back to the top of the order in TJ Friedel. Friedel set, ready to go. Fastball way inside, and that got him. And He will take first base, so 2 batters now aboard for De La Cruz. You know, you look at the name on the back of the jerseys, and I know this has been a sore subject for a lot of players, but if you're sitting in the stands and you're trying to see who the player is and the name on the back of their jersey, you better bring a set of binoculars because it is microscopic. I mean, to the point of borderline ridiculousness that the names are so small. Tapper off the bat of De La Cruz. Naylor will have it. He'll shuffle on to the pitcher covering, and they just get De La Cruz at first base. What appeared to be just a routine ground ball to the first baseman Naylor turns into a bang-bang play at first because of the speed of De La Cruz. 2 down, runners now at second and third, and here's Candelario.
First game of Cactus League play, and Ellie De La Cruz showing off his speed, taking nothing for granted, hustling all the way down the line. You got to respect that guy that just doesn't know how to gear down.
Candelario will bat from the right side in his second at bat of the day, and he'll swing right over the top of a breaking ball for strike one. Candelario not waiting around. His first 2 pitches of the afternoon, one from the left, one from the right, and he is hacking. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Another breaking ball. And Tim Herron, the 6'6 left-hander, ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. And to the plate. And another breaking ball, and this time Candelario lays off. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Naylor will set on the inside corner, and the left-hander comes calling. Fouled back, right on his hands, a fastball from Herron. And Candelario just did get a piece of it. Two down in the inning. Reds have runners at second and third. Trying to cross the plate for the first time today for either ball club. They'll need a hit from Candelario. The pitch, and it's fouled off. A backdoor breaking ball. This time, I believe that pitch was supposed to be inside. At least that's where Naylor was set up. But it's a Tapper foul. Count will stay at 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the battle continues. Nairn comes to the belt. He'll turn it loose. And it's another ground ball, this time foul down the third base line. Nairn has continued to pound the ball on the inside corner here against Candelario, whether it be fastball or breaking ball. But he's only been able to get to the 2-strike count. Another pitch, and that is low, and that is ball 2. 2 ball, 2-strike count now to Candelario. So the Reds' veteran acquisition proving to be a difficult out here in this second at bat of spring. 2-2 pitch coming. Ground ball left side, third baseman Ramirez. He's got it. The throw in time, and the Reds will strand 2. A 0 on the board. We are scoreless here in Goodyear. Reds and Guardians on the Reds Radio Network.
Reds fans, now is the time to get your 2024 season tickets so you don't miss a moment. With a season ticket membership, you'll get the biggest savings and receive exclusive benefits all season long. Plans start at just 13 games and include guaranteed access to 2024 opening day, postseason, and so much more. To secure your seats and catch all the Reds action at Great American Ballpark this season, call 513-381-REDS today.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house online and owning it, between imagining living there and breathing in your new home for the first time. Having an advocate who can help you navigate the complex world of financing, inspections, negotiating, analyzing the market, and talking through any anxieties that may pop up, that can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and bound by a code of ethics, because that's who we are.
Hi, this is Marty. You hear it every game, but it can't be said enough. When riding in your car or truck, buckle your seatbelt and make sure that everyone riding with you is wearing theirs too. If you're not buckled up, what's holding you back?
Boone County Distilling Company is a proud sponsor of the Reds and the Boone County Bourbon Press Club at Great American Ballpark. The Boone County Distillery is on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail Craft Tours and just minutes away. Schedule a tour and a tasting at madebyghost.com. Come by and visit our award-winning distillery and book your next wedding, corporate, or social event in our new events center. Shop distillery-only bourbon releases in the gift shop and experience why Boone County Bourbon is made by ghosts.
The Dan Patrick Show, Monday morning at 9 on Fox Sports 1360.
Right-hander Fernando Cruz out of the Reds bullpen. A couple of scoreless innings for right-handed starter Carson Spires. Cruz first pitch swinging off the bat of Miles Straw. Quick throw from Candelario, and he just got him. Candelario went to backhand the ball. It went in and out of the glove. He had to pick it up from the ground. He makes the play in time. One down. Here's Stephen Kwan.
Quick recovery and no panic by the veteran on that play.
Kwan singled his first go-round, right back up the middle. And he'll take a fastball in off the inside corner. 1-0. Fernando Cruz, 58 ball games last year, 1-2 with a 4.91 ERA. Split finger that'll catch the outside corner, and that's a strike. You know, you look at those numbers, 4.91 ERA. I don't think I would have guessed that. And I think there are several instances you could look at in his day-to-day pitching last year as that pitch misses inside. I think 3 or 4 ball games kind of skewed that number because for the most part, Fernando Cruz was a staple in that Reds bullpen, especially with runners aboard. This one ripped right back up the box. That's a base hit, and Kwan is aboard for the second time this afternoon.
I remember back early in the season last year, it seemed like he had trouble locating the split finger for a strike, and that got him into trouble a little bit. Once he was able to do that more consistently, throw that pitch for strikes, things improved for him dramatically.
Andres Jimenez and the runner going, and that pitch is fouled off of the bat on a check swing by Jimenez, and it fouled off directly into the body of Tyler Stevenson, the Reds catcher. Normally you see a pitch in that area, you think the hitter is going to go down in a clump, and it was actually Stevenson who went to the dirt quickly. No ball, 1 strike count. Kwan was running. He's not here, and it's a tapper to the first base side. Martini has it. He'll underhand to Cruz at first base, and there's 2 down. Down to second is Kwan. And that'll bring Jose Ramirez to the plate. Now, see, this is the part during the regular season Ramirez would not see a pitch to hit. But because we are here on the first day of spring training, that may very well be a different category. Cruz comes to the set and to the plate, and he misses outside. 1-0. Yeah, I think that the Guardians are going to see this more times than not. When Ramirez comes to the plate and a base is open, he might as well just not have a bat at the plate. Fly ball, deep center field. It is not going to be deep enough. As Friedel is there, he'll make the catch. And that is 3 scoreless innings in the books. Reds and Guardians scoreless here in Goodyear. First day of spring on the Reds Radio Network.
Have you heard? Baseball cards are cool again. And you can find them and so much more at Hit Seekers Sports Cards in Fort Mitchell. Our shop is loaded with modern and vintage products for every collector, new and experienced, including baseball, football, basketball, soccer, hockey, even Pokemon and Marvel. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we want to meet you. So come check us out. Hit Seekers Sports Cards, Cincinnati area's premier modern sports card shop and proud partner of your Cincinnati Reds.
The Cons brand has been a Cincinnati tradition almost as long as Reds baseball. For more than 130 years, Cons hot dogs have been an important part of so many special memories. From grilling out with family and friends to settling in at the stadium for a Reds game. It's no wonder the Cons brand is the official hot dog of the Cincinnati Reds. So pick up a pack of Cons hot dogs and all their quality meats at local stores throughout Reds country. And keep the tradition alive.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 85% water, right?
85% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Ooh, pass me the intercom thingy.
Attention shoppers. If you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Don't pay for water. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods.
Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
When do you like to listen to Scott Sloan?
I like to listen while I'm eating waffles.
I listen when I'm feeling down. Sloaney always perks me up.
I always listen during my pelvic exam.
Me too.
Scott Sloan, Monday morning at 9 on 700 WLW. And check out his podcast on the free iHeartRadio app.
New pitcher for the Guardians. It will be right-hander Adam Oler. Oler, the third pitcher of the afternoon for the Guardians. Actually, he's the fourth pitcher of the afternoon.
We have a moment of delay because the mass exodus of players that are leaving the dugout to go on with their day are still filing through the open door out in right field. And there was a lot of them that were leaving all at once. Thanks for coming. You now have the rest of the afternoon off to do as you wish. Jake Fraley's still going to work.
Well, how that usually works is if you're playing a National League club,
ball one,
or someone in your division, you've got to stay for 5 innings. If you're facing someone from the American League, yeah, you just stay for 3.
1-0. Fouled back.
And why does that make a difference? Well, I got to make my tea time.
That's right.
You know? I mean, if you got to stay for 5 innings, you can't get there by 3. Not going to make it.
Here's the pitch. The 1-1 is a check swing foul into the net above the third base dugout. 1-2 on Fraley. You know, your back's feeling a little better. Did you bring your clubs out here?
No, but I brought my pickleball paddle.
I knew it.
Paddles.
Oh, multiples. Outside. Now,
I figured for somebody like you that doesn't play, I could maybe help you.
That was going to be my next guess or question.
Help me.
Would you be, like, can you share paddles, or is that like a baseball glove forbidden for anybody else to touch it? Fouled back.
No, you could share.
Okay, good.
I brought an extra one so I could, you know, pickleball is not one of those. It's not like golf where you go out there and play by yourself.
No. The 2-2.
Well, you could play by yourself, but you're going to be chasing that little yellow ball around a lot.
You got to be really. You got to have like Ellie De La Cruz speed if you're going to go back and forth.
It'd be more like Bug and Bunny speed.
Here's the 3-2 pitch to Jake Fraley. From the righty. Outside, ball 4. The Reds have their leadoff man on. Second time in 4 innings the Reds have had their leadoff man on base.
Tyler Stevenson.
Now Tyler Stevenson will bat. The Reds have had quite a few base runners, but they only have 1 hit so far, and that was the single by Ellie De La Cruz, the little lob wedge out into short left field. The pitch. High and outside, ball 1. The first pitch fastball to Tyler Stevenson. He struck out his first time up. The Guardians have used a pitcher an inning so far. Here's the 1-0. Up and in, 2-0. Thomas Rhett is coming to Great American Ballpark on August 29th. After the Reds take on the A's, all fans are invited to stay and enjoy a full set from the country music superstar. Get your tickets now at reds.com/Thomas Rhett. Here's the 2-0. Stevenson takes up and in. The runner at first slip. Fraley goes to a knee, pops up, and now will be chased towards second before getting tagged out by Josh Naylor. That will go as a caught stealing. Spun his wheels a bit and lost his footing. Did Fraley? Coming off a year in which he had 21 bags last year. It's a 3-ball, no strike count on Stevenson, but now with one out, he swings at 3-0 and fouls it back. Two pitch is fouled back again.
Yeah, I think there are some out there that would question a 3-0 swing. In spring training, you're trying to get a pitch that you know you can hit, and it doesn't matter what the count is. If it's there and it looks good, swing, because you're trying to get that timing down.
Fouled away. It's funny, isn't it? Everybody has a different approach, especially when they're established. It's one thing when you're established, another thing when you're trying to make a team, but for some guys, they want to see as many pitches as they can before they swing. Joey Votto was one of those guys.
And then there are other guys that come to camp, they're going to swing every chance they get.
Here's the payoff. And Stevenson swings and misses at a breaking ball in the dirt outside, and he's down on strikes. 2 gone. Here's Will Benson. Timing such a big part of it. It makes sense why a guy would come in and want to swing as much as possible.
Well, it goes back to what we were discussing earlier about guys having to make the club or guys that have the club made and are just trying to get ready the best way that they know how for the first day of the regular season. Where you get caught in the catch-22 is that you think as a player, well, I'm just trying to get ready for day one, and the manager and the front office are thinking, well, he needs to show us a little something here, and you don't do that, and then all of a sudden you find yourself either released or in AAA.
The 1-1 to Benson is taken down too low, 2 balls and a strike now on Will Benson.
When in doubt, ask the manager.
Right.
Do I have to make this team?
Now the 2-1 to Benson. And this ball is hammered. Deep right field. It is way back there and way out of here. Will Benson puts the Reds on top 1-0 with his first blast of the spring.
That's about as many home runs as the Guardians outfield hit last year.
Close to it. That ball was tattooed.
You know, I don't care if it's spring training. You could be in the backyard, but when a team lets you go or they trade you, that home run sure feels nice.
Now Josh Harrison, the pitch off the plate outside. And Will Benson has fit in incredibly well in Cincinnati. I mean, he has really found a home here. But I'm sure that chip on your shoulder still exists when you play your former team. And now Harrison swings and lines one sinking toward the left field corner. That's going to drop and go into the corner for extra bases. And Harrison will dance into second with a double. 2-out home run, 2-out double. The Reds leading it 1-0. It'll bring up Nick Martini.
Well, that ball that Benson hit, that was a line drive to the back. I don't know. I guess that's a fence back there beyond the berm.
That access tunnel there right next to the berm It was in the back of that tunnel. He destroyed it. Here's Nick Martini. Runner at second base, 2 away. The pitch to Martini. And he takes over but low for ball 1. The Reds saw some really impressive flashes from Martini last year. He came up with some big hits, big home runs.
Some big home run power coming off the bench and some pinch hit rolls. That made a difference in my mind.
Chop foul over by the first base dugout.
I mean, we really didn't get to see him as far as his defensive acumen, but I thought he hit the ball awfully well coming off the bench.
Runner on at second base with 2 outs. 1 ball, 1 strike on Martini, the pitch. And he takes a backdoor hook for a strike, and it's 1-2. He played in 29 games last year. He hit .264, 6 of those home runs that we were talking about. He was on fire in the month of August. Had a stretch where he hit almost 400. The pitch off the plate outside. That's 2 ball, 2 strike count now on Martini. Cooled off a bit at the end, but still had some big home runs for the Reds. 2-2 pitch. And a check swing foul. On a pitch in tight on Martini. Count holds at 2-2. Get your 2024 Reds Heads Kids Club membership for Reds fans ages 3 to 12. Memberships include exclusive merchandise, free Reds tickets, and special members-only experiences. Memberships are available today at reds.com/fanclubs. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Martini. Runner at second, 2 outs, 1-0 Reds. We're in the 4th. The righty Aller sets and fires, and it's fouled back. Combined to pitch in 28 big league games as this right-hander with Oakland over the last 2 years. Turned 29 years old last October. Peek back at second, now the 2-2 pitch. Just did miss a little bit there to Nick Martini. Count runs full, 3-2. Now the payoff. High and outside, ball 4. Second walk of the inning. 2 on with 2 out. And now Austin Wynns will bat, but Stephen Vogt has already seen enough. The Cleveland manager is on his way to the mound, and he's already made a call to the bullpen. So he's going to go to the left-hander loosening up. Oler's done, and we'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. Reds leading the Guardians 1-0 in the top of the 4th. On the Reds Radio Network.
The Cons brand has been a Cincinnati tradition almost as long as Reds baseball. For more than 130 years, Cons hot dogs have been an important part of so many special memories. From grilling out with family and friends to settling in at the stadium for a Reds game. It's no wonder the Cons brand is the official hot dog of the Cincinnati Reds. So pick up a pack of Cons hot dogs and all their quality meats at local stores throughout Reds country. And keep the tradition alive.
When your child is facing a difficult health challenge, the world shrinks down to just one question. Who can help us? Cincinnati Children's is ranked the #1 children's hospital in the nation by U.S. News & World Report. We're the one for the ones that matter most. It's no wonder patients from all 50 states and over 50 countries seek our specialty care. Cincinnati Children's. Changing the outcome together.
Success is often determined by how well you plan and prepare for life's biggest moments. It's the confidence that comes from knowing you and your loved ones are protected for generations. You can rest assured knowing you've made the right choice, placing your trust in Western and Southern. From life insurance to retirement and investments, Western and Southern helps provide the peace of mind you need so you can be in the moment with the ones you love. Visit westernsouthern.com/rest assured to get started today.
The Dan Patrick Show, Monday morning at 9 on Fox Sports 1360.
Left-hander Randy LeBeau comes out of the bullpen for the Guardians. last year for LeBeau. Pitched in Akron. That's where he began the year and threw the ball well. 3-0 with a 1.82 ERA. But once he had that ascension to AAA, things got a little real for him. A 6.46 ERA.
That could be a difficult adjustment. Austin Wynns is up there now. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Reds are up 1-0. First pitch is in there for a taken strike. 0-1 on Wynns.
Well, when you walk 21 batters in 23 2/3 innings, that has a tendency to hurt your statistical analysis.
That ain't setting you up for success. The 0-1 off the plate inside, and the count is even now. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Wynns.
You know, you can look at pitchers' numbers when they're in a league where they're going good. You look at their walk to strikeout ratio. If they have a few walks and a lot of strikeouts, they're attacking the zone. They're throwing strikes. They feel comfortable. They're confident. You move to AAA or to the big leagues, and all of a sudden that walk ratio climbs dramatically. Either it's not like he had a mechanical adjustment where he just couldn't throw strike. He just won't throw it over the plate because he doesn't want to get hit. And that has a tendency to keep you from realizing your dream. So for you youngsters out there, throw the ball over the plate.
The 2-1. Swinging a high pop foul. Right side, well back amongst the spectators. It is about as elementary as it gets.
It is. And it doesn't matter what level you're in. If you feel like you have to shave the outside corner every time you throw the ball, or hope that the hitter swings at the ball in the dirt, you might want to find something else to do. You may want to study harder.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Down on strikes. Austin Wynns. The inning comes to a close, but the Reds get a run on the Will Benson homer. It's 1-0 Redlegs. We head to the bottom of the 4th in Goodyear on the Reds Radio Network.
When your child is facing a difficult health challenge, the world shrinks down to just one question. Who can help us? Cincinnati Children's is ranked the #1 children's hospital in the nation by U.S. News and World Report. We're the one for the ones that matter most. It's no wonder patients from all 50 states and over 50 countries seek our specialty care. Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together.
Some of the most interesting conversations and important questions about the present and future can happen around the dinner table with the ones you love. For answers you can trust, rest assured Western & Southern's family of companies is always here, enabling you to cherish every moment, big and small, so you can live the life you want to live for generations. Visit westernsouthern.com/rest assured to get started today.
Ever smiling, ever gentle on my mind.
The Cons brand has been a Cincinnati tradition almost as long as Reds baseball. For more than 130 years, Cons hot dogs have been an important part of so many special memories. From grilling out with family and friends to settling in at the stadium for a Reds game. It's no wonder the Cons brand is the official hot dog of the Cincinnati Reds. So pick up a pack of Cons hot dogs and all their quality meats at local stores throughout Reds country. And keep the tradition alive.
No matter how you like your burger or barbecue, it'll taste even better on a Klosterman honey bun. Fresh and delicious Klosterman honey buns really are the better bun. So load on the toppings and break out the good paper plates. Make your burger better with Klosterman honey buns.
Colin Cowherd, Monday at noon on Fox Sports 1360.
Buck Farmer is in the ball game for the Reds. The right-hander will go to work here against Josh Naylor.
He has a 1-0 lead after the homer by Will Benson last inning. First pitch from Farmer to Josh Naylor is outside for ball 1. We were speaking of the Naylor brothers, and you said there is a third Naylor that is apparently a pretty good player. The pitch is grounded to the first baseman. Nick Martini reaches out, gets the big hop, flips it to Buck Farmer covering at the bag for the out. That play goes 3-1. And we were talking, have there ever been three brothers that have all played together on the same team? And we couldn't think of anybody. And then Yid doing his serious research, was able to discover that the Alou brothers, in fact, played all in the same outfield for Montreal. Oh, excuse me, San Francisco. San Francisco.
Matty, Jesus, and Felipe.
Ramon Laureano bats now. The pitch is a called strike, the outside corner. So not only were they all on the same team, they were all in the same outfield together. That is incredible. But yes, once he said that, the light went on. The 0-1. Swing, and this one jammed him. Broke his bat as he pops it into short left. Out goes Ellie De La Cruz to move under it and make the catch. 2 gone. Now Davison De Los Santos will stand in. Nobody on, 2 men out. 4th inning, Reds up 1-0. Goodyear Ballpark, Cactus League opener. Here in Goodyear, Arizona. The 2 teams squaring off, of course, in the spring opener, as they so often do because they share this complex. The pitch is up and in. 1-0. They will get together 3 times this spring, will the Reds and Guardians. Beginning, middle, and end. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike on De Los Santos. Opposite seasons for these 2 teams a year ago. The Reds surprised a lot of people with their success. Here's the 1-1. And there's a high chopper to the left side. Candelario will glove it and fire in time. Just in time to get De Los Santos. Candelario waited back on that maybe a moment too long, but still able to get the out on a very close play at first. The inning is over as the Guardians go in order in the 4th. To the 5th, it's 1-0 Reds on the Reds Radio Network.
Amanda Brenneman here with my husband, Marty. Now that Marty's retired, he's got a long honey-do list.
Honey make breakfast, honey make dinner, and I'm happy to do it with Laura's Lean. Laura's Lean is all natural and never, ever has antibiotics or added hormones.
He makes breakfast skillets, tacos, burgers, and everything's delicious.
Hey, don't sound so surprised.
Get tons of great recipe ideas at lauraslean.com.
Dinsmore is proud to serve as legal counsel to the Reds. Many of the world's leading companies trust Dinsmore attorneys to help them solve today's most complex business challenges and prepare for tomorrow's opportunities. With more than 750 attorneys coast to coast, Dinsmore empowers businesses of every size to accomplish more of their business goals. When you need clear, practical legal advice, look no further than Dinsmore. Visit dinsmore.com to learn more.
Seg, winter sucks. What can I do to get that warm, cozy feeling inside?
Here's an idea, Willie. Call Any Weather Heating and Air today to learn more about the complete new lineup of Tempstar high-efficiency furnaces. They're 98% efficient and backed by the Tempstar no-hassle guarantee.
Seggy, my man, I feel warmer already.
In Northern Kentucky, call Any Weather Heating and Air at 859-636-6833. Any Weather Heating and Air and Tempstar. Quality you can feel. Tempstar.
Hi, this is Marty. You hear it every game, but it can't be said enough. When riding in your car or truck, buckle your seatbelt and make sure that everyone riding with you is wearing theirs too. If you're not buckled up, what's holding you back?
Oh, it's that time of day where everybody out there is.
Oh, boy, they are.
Favorite time of game 1 of spring training. Here's TJ Friedel with the Reds leading 1-0. He swings, and it's a one-hop liner softly towards short. Rocchio's still in there. Gloves and throws late. Friedel beats it out for an infield single to start the Reds' 5th. He's on for the 3rd time today. Now Ellie De La Cruz will come to the plate. The new pitcher is lefty Anthony Banda. So Banda's in now. He delivers to De La Cruz, and that pitch is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1 on De La Cruz.
And here I was thinking that was still Randy LeBeau.
That's all right, I got you.
They're both left-handed.
The pitch, fouled back. Now, you really show me something here if you could tell me the name of the first baseman, Noel. I will know you are in mid-season form if you can pronounce
Yunkinzi.
I believe that is what it is. Yunkinzi Noel. The pitch, swing and a miss. De La Cruz is down on strikes. One away. That is spelled Johnkensy, Noel. And it's, I believe you're right, Yunkinzi Noel. Here is Jeimer Candelario, 0 for 2 today. The new third baseman is Juan Brito. The pitch. That's off the plate inside. It's a 1-ball and no strike count. There's a new left fielder. The pitch. And he takes 2 balls and no strikes. The new left fielder is Micah Prees. The pitch. Candelario grounds it to third. Chance for 2 to second, 1 around to first. That's an inning-ending double play before we can even introduce you to all the newcomers. 5-4-3 around the horn to wrap up the Reds' fifth. Halfway through it in Goodyear. 1-0 Redlegs on the Reds Radio Network.
Country music superstar Thomas Rhett is coming to Great American Ballpark on August 29th, 2024. After the Reds take on the Athletics, all fans in attendance are invited to stay and enjoy a full set from Thomas Rhett. A limited number of pit field packages are available to enjoy an up-close view of the concert from the field. For tickets and more information, visit Reds.com/Thomas Rhett.
The crackling flame, the piercing heat. We were all born with a fire burning deep within our bellies. For me, Gustavus Swift, I turned my fire into the creation of Swift Foods back in 1855. For you, it might simply be to smoke a tastier rack of ribs than that blowhard Steve. Go on, find your spark. Swift Foods, inspiring extraordinary meals since 1855.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 85% water, right?
85% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Ooh, pass me the intercom thingy.
Attention shoppers. If you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Don't pay for water. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods.
Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Every time you get a fresh brewed coffee or a fountain drink at United Dairy Farmers, you earn 3 cents off per gallon of gas with UDrive. So get a drink a day for 5 days, earn 15 cents off per gallon. The savings add up until you fill up. This calls for a toast to UDrive, only at UDF. Colin Cowherd, Monday at noon on Fox Sports 1360.
Left-hander Justin Bruill comes into the ball game for the Reds, as well as a whole lot of other folks.
Well, we can tell you about most of them.
You know, the problem that we have now with these new jerseys is the names are so small on the back, you can't very well look at the name. You just have to look at the number and hope the number is correct.
First pitch is in there for a called strike to Perez. And the count is 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch. And that's a taken strike. Nunez. I'm already a victim of the new numbers and names. Nunez, not Perez. The pitch, swing, and there's a one-hopper to the second baseman. That's a new second baseman, Tyler Callahan. Fields and flips it over to first. P.J. Higgins now playing first. Takes the throw from Callahan. And there's one down here in the fifth. As much as you try to mentally prepare for this, you're never ready for a line change with 9 new guys out there. Never. So Dom Nunez retired for the first out. First pitch is taken for ball 1. Left-hander Brule sets and delivers the 1-0. And this ball is popped up, foul, down the right field line. Over in pursuit, the first baseman Higgins will make the catch in foul territory for the second out. Edwin Arroyo is now playing shortstop. Jacob Hurtubise takes over in center field. Bubba Thompson's in right. Connor Capel's playing left field. And now at third base, Eric Gonzalez. Michael Troutwine has taken over behind the plate. This pitch in there for a called strike. That's all the changes, I think, for the Redlegs. Nothing in one on Miles Straw. He's still in there for Cleveland for now. The 0-1 pitch is off the plate outside. So 2 at-bats, clearly the goal for Stephen Vogt for his hitters today. That's why he and Brian Rocchio were still in there. Pitch is down too low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Did you get all those changes?
Capel, Hurtubise, Thompson in the outfield.
Right.
Left to right. Arroyo, Callahan, shortstop and second, respectively.
Just off the outside corner.
Gonzalez third, Higgins first. Will on the mound. Troutwine behind the plate.
Bingo, you got it. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And it's a ground ball foul into the Reds' third base dugout.
I was busy writing it down while you were calling it out.
That's good.
Scratch one, write in another.
The left-hander brings it home. And there's a slow tapper towards short. Tough play for Arroyo. Backhand scoop throw off the mark. And it will bounce off the facing of the Cleveland dugout, reaching safely Miles Straw, and what is ruled fairly a base hit. That's a tough play for Arroyo. And it was a do-or-die play as he tried to come in, charging it as quickly as he could, throwing on the run with all his momentum coming toward home. And that throw sailed up the line toward home plate, out of the reach of Higgins at first. Petey Halpin will go in and run at first base now for Miles Straw. The pitch, that is off the plate inside for ball 1. The left-hander fires, and it's a tapper foul, first base side. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Mike Caprice. Batting for the first time. The pick to first chases the runner back to the bag. And it comes way off the plate inside. Mike Caprice, a 13th round pick, originally from Newport Beach, California, 25 years old. Got up to AAA last year. The pitch, and he takes in the dirt outside. Hit just .232 with AAA Columbus last season. Left-hander against left-hander. The 3-1 pitch is popped high into the air. Right side of the infield. The second baseman Callahan behind the bag will make the catch on the infield dirt to finish off the Guardians in the 5th. 5 complete. Reds are still on top 1-0 in Goodyear on the Reds Radio Network.
Toyota is all about having choices, like more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including the family-size Highlander. Now through March 4th, get any new gas-powered 2024 Highlander with 4.99 APR financing, or get up to $1,000 APR cash on the new Grand Highlander, depending on model, when financed with approved credit through TFS. Plus, you get 2 years no-cost maintenance. Get details at Toyota.com. The choice is yours. Toyota, let's go places.
Spring's here, and we're looking for another successful season on the diamond and on the job site. But what does success really mean? At the heart of it, a big win means that everyone gets home safely. We can all be an all-star while driving. Keep an eye out for road workers. Watch your speed and eliminate distractions so that Ohio work zones can be safe for all. Take the Safe Driving Pledge at ohiolecet.com/safer-roads and join us in promoting safety on the job site. This message is brought to you by the Ohio Laborers Union and Ohio Lecet.
Okay, we're rolling on Ohio's 529 plan. Take one.
With just $25 million.
What millions? There's no millions.
I see.
Take two.
With just $25,000.
No thousands, no hundreds. It's just 25.
That's not a typo.
It's not, no.
With just $25, you can start Ohio's 529 plan at collegeadvantage.com. Are you sure?
Yeah, very sure. I'm very sure.
I thought it would be more.
I'm here to bring you the light of hope.
When I listen to Willie, I feel better about things.
The light of possibilities.
I just want to curl up in his arms and hear his words.
The light of freedom.
Bill Cunningham, Monday at 12 noon on 700 WLW.
Reds come to bat here in the 6th inning. And Bubba Thompson take his first swings in a Reds uniform. Right-hander comes set, and the pitch on the way to Bubba Thompson is cut on and missed for strike one. One nothing. Reds lead the Guardians. We're in the 6th inning. Righty sets and delivers. The pitch in there for a strike. Cade Smith is the new pitcher for Cleveland. You got it?
I would have loved to have told you that.
I know. There's a lot going on. I mean, in the dirt outside, ball one. 1-2. Smith sets ready. And fires home the 1-2 pitch, and it's taken up and in. Now it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Bubba Thompson. Troutwine will be next. Took over for Tyler Stevenson. Cade Smith, big breath, the pitch. And that misses inside.
Smith has been in the big leagues at least for a cup of coffee in the last couple of years. He's only 24 years old, out of Vancouver, British Columbia. Went to the school in Hawaii.
Payoff pitch. In the air, right center field toward the gap. That's down. And that is going to be cut off on the track by Halpin, the new center fielder. And into second base with a leadoff double is Bubba Thompson. Gives us a chance to pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network.
WSAI Cincinnati. The Fox Sports 1360 studios, delivered by R&L Carriers. Partner with a family-owned LTL provider at RLC.com.
With the Cowboy Jeff Brantley, our producer-engineer Dave Yiddy Armbruster. Alex Egan is our studio producer today. I'm Tommy Thrall. Great to be with you in Goodyear, where the Reds lead the Guardians 1-0 in the 6th. First ball swinging, Michael Troutwine laces a low liner through the left side of the infield. That's a knock. Up to third base is Thompson on the single by Troutwine. A double and a single to start this Reds 6th. And now Connor Capel.
I remember playing against Connor's dad when his dad, Mike, was a pitcher at the University of Texas.
I don't know how you remember these things.
Well, I remember this because I thought Mike Capel had the best slider I had ever seen at that point in time.
1-0. This is in.
Had a good fastball, but the slider was a true slider. Looked just like a heater and then just took a left turn when it got to the plate. Came up in the Cubs organization, if I remember correctly. Got to the big leagues. But I always thought, man, because they had Clements and Schiraldi on that club, but I remember Mike Capel, and I thought, man, this dude can flat sling it.
Swing and a miss. 2-1 now on Capel.
I mean, to be honest with you, when I was throwing my breaking ball, I was trying to get break like this. I couldn't ever do it.
At the corners with nobody out, the pitch to Capel, and that's in there for a strike. It's 2-2 now. Outfield will play straight away against the left-handed hitting Capel. Tyler Callahan waiting in the on-deck circle. And it is lined foul left side. Capel hitting in place of Will Benson, who finished the day 1 for 2, providing the Reds and this game's only run to this point with a monster home run, well beyond the 380 sign in right center field. He torched it. The 2-2. Instead, a pick to first, checking on the runner over there, but back in safely is Troutwine. Righty ready. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Pumped a heater right on by Connor Capel. That's the first out of the 6th inning. They're still at the corners for Tyler Callahan. The first pitch to Callahan is taken low and inside for ball 1. Callahan, a 3rd-round pick out of Jacksonville, Florida, 2019. The pitch popped up foul left side. He was a high school selection out of Providence School. Callahan split his time last year between High A Dayton and Double A Chattanooga. And he really did well. Now, it was a limited sample in Chattanooga, but had some success there. Hit over 322 games. The Reds' Double A affiliate. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Callahan. Instead, a pick to first, checking on the runner there, but back safely again is Troutwine. Callahan's on the radar. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses off the plate outside.
And I think when you say that, a lot of folks probably shake their heads thinking, how can he be on the radar? The Reds have so many young players that just got to the big leagues. Look, if you can play, especially if you can play in the middle infield and hit, and this kid can hit a little bit.
Pop foul out of play, left side.
They'll find a place for you in the big leagues. It might not necessarily be with the Reds, or it might be with the Reds and the Reds trade somebody else. I think a lot of minor league kids get caught up in those numbers games sometimes from a mental standpoint. Look, if you can play, you're going to get there.
Runner goes. The pitch is tapped back to the pitcher. The throw will go to first. The runner's coming home. Throw to the plate. Not in time.
That was a dumb play
by the pitcher. Alert base running by Bubba Thompson, but you got to wonder what in the world the pitcher was doing there.
Well, number one, the pitcher did not realize how many outs there were because he caught the ball as if that was the final, and he was walking to the dugout. I think he thought there were 2 outs, and that's going to cost him a run because all he had to do was turn, and he would have frozen Thompson at third and then flipped the ball on to first.
P.J. Higgins up now with 2 outs. The first pitch to Higgins misses low.
That's the part of spring training where tomorrow you get the brunt of the blow when pitchers fielding their position starts at practice at 8 a.m., and you're the reason for it.
The 1-0. And this ball is clocked to center field, hit pretty well, sending Haplin going back and just shy of the warning track in dead center. The Guardian center fielder runs it down for the final out in the Reds' 6th. But the Reds tack on one more. It's now 2-0 Redlegs as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning in Goodyear on the Reds Radio Network.
Step up to the plate with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the Cincinnati Reds. With BetMGM's state-of-the-art app, you'll have everything you need all season long, including the best parlay selection tools, live betting, and special offers for Reds fans. Download the BetMGM app today. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Ohio only. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with MGM Northfield Park.
You know what the Reds are missing from their roster? A board-certified entomologist. Luckily, Rose Pest Solutions has them covered. Tommy Thrall here. Rose has the brains and the brawn to keep pests out of your business. Unwanted critters can damage inventory and reputations. Rose technicians eliminate pests from offices to restaurants and residential buildings. They even service Great American Ballpark. Got a pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call the pros at Rose at 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
Here at JTM, we serve every level of America's food service industry, and we're proud to do it the JTM way. That means putting faith and family first in everything we do. It means having a strong commitment to personal growth for each member of our team. It's embracing a pioneering spirit to build something special with every new dish we create together. And it's the same way we've done it for over 60 years. To learn more about the JTM way, visit jtmfoodgroup.com/careers. JTM. Let's create great dishes together.
Behold, baseball is back. And so are Little Kings. The classic full-flavored recipe has returned in its tiny green bottle to a beer fridge near you. Grab an 8-pack today and stock up for the season ahead. Huzzah! Little Kings Brewery, Cincinnati, Ohio.
The Dan Patrick Show, Monday morning at 9 on Fox Sports 1360.
New pitcher for the Reds is right-hander Brooks Kriske. Kriske coming out of the Yankees organization. Pitched in the big leagues, albeit 13 games total in 19, 20, and 21 combined.
Martinez leads it off for Cleveland. First pitch is a fastball that misses up and away for ball 1-0 on the left-handed hitting second baseman. Angel Martinez. Right-hander throws, and Martinez takes a big cut and misses.
That was a big enough cut to almost fall down.
I thought he was going down. He definitely lost his balance and fell out, stumbled across the plate, but stayed upright. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Way off the plate outside. 2 balls and strike. Kriske readies. Now the pitch is smashed on the ground, but right to the second baseman, Callahan. Fields flips it over to Higgins at first, and there's 1 out. 2024 Reds Rookies Baby Club memberships are available now for young Reds fans up to 3 years old. Membership includes exclusive merchandise, free Reds tickets, and special members-only experiences at the ballpark. You can get them today at reds.com/fanclubs. Now Juan Brito. And he looks at a first pitch strike. 0-1 on Brito. Kriske comes set and fires the pitch. Brito swings and misses. The count is 0-2. You were talking earlier about getting caught up in the numbers game, and I think the same thing can happen with players in spring training when they look around and they realize there's only a couple of spots available, and that's what you have on good teams, and that's where the Reds are at right now. There are really not that many spots to win in camp. Swing and a miss and down on strikes Brito. But David Bell has talked about it, and this whole staff has tried to make this team and the guys that are in that clubhouse right now very aware that it's going to take more than the 26 guys that this team heads north with to get through the season. And just because you may not be on this team to begin the year right now, that doesn't mean that you can't help the team at another point during the season and perhaps help this team in a big way.
I agree, especially in the pitching department. Lord knows we saw enough of that last year.
Fastball up and in. The count is 1-0.
I think throughout baseball, I mean, you look around at teams, they're starting 10, 11, 12 guys. Some of them 15, 16 guys making a start.
Janeski Noel standing in and takes the 1-0 pitch for a breaking ball in the inside corner for a called strike, 1-1. I was talking with somebody, and I can't remember who I was discussing this with. I think it was Derek Johnson. And he goes, look, I know we're a long ways removed right now from COVID. The pitch is a ground ball pulled sharply, but foul, third base side. He goes, but I think we were still feeling the effects of it from an arm standpoint last year, where guys had not thrown nearly as much, and now all of a sudden they're getting to a point where they're having to throw more than they've had to throw in a long time, and they hadn't had maybe the development that they had because they lost that year, especially in the minor leagues. The pitch is in the dirt, and he's able to check his swing, Noel. And I thought that was an interesting point. And I think they kind of feel like now we're getting past that. That lost year is starting to be a thing in the past, and hopefully it won't be as much of a factor, and hopefully you'll see fewer injuries this year.
Well, part of that is physical. The other part is mental. If you're a kid that really missed some time from an inning standpoint, then that becomes a mental block for you as you approach that innings mark. But you also look at the innings per game that you're getting from starters throughout baseball. That it's really gone down from the COVID standpoint.
Chop foul, third base side.
I mean, we've seen a trend in a negative direction over the years, and that there's only so many spots that you have for guys to pitch. And we've seen a revolving door between AAA and the big league club. I mean, you could very well be in the rotation, but be in AAA.
Strike three called, and down on strikes, Yoinski Noel. So the inning comes to a close. A 1-2-3 inning for Brooks Kriske. We head to the seventh, back to Cowboy with the Reds up 2-0 on the Reds Radio Network.
When you're a Reds fan to the core, you want to show your pride everywhere, whether you're at the game or the grocery store. And with the Cincinnati Reds PNC Bank Visa debit card, you can put your pride on display in checkout lines almost everywhere. Visit pnc.com/Reds card to learn more. Visa is a registered trademark of Visa International Service Association and used under license. Copyright 2021, the PNC Financial Services Group, Inc. All rights reserved. PNC Bank National Association, member FDIC.
Behold, baseball is back. And so are Little Kings. The classic full-flavored recipe has returned in its tiny green bottle to a beer fridge near you. Grab an 8-pack today and stock up for the season ahead. Huzzah! Little Kings Brewery, Cincinnati, Ohio.
The Reds see a lot of talented performers, and one of the most talented groups that we work with off the field is MSA Design. They're the region's leader in sport education, civic, and corporate design. MSA Design is the official architect of the Reds, and we're always impressed with their creative solutions, passionate approach, and personal care for every project. Their award-winning team also works with UC, Xavier, NKU, Beacon Orthopedics, Great Oaks Career Campuses, and many more. See what MSA Design can do for you at msaarc.com.
Have you heard? Baseball cards are cool again. And you can find them and so much more at Hit Seekers Sports Cards in Fort Mitchell. Our shop is loaded with modern and vintage products for every collector, new and experienced, including baseball, football, basketball, soccer, hockey, even Pokemon and Marvel. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we want to meet you. So come check us out. Hit Seekers Sports Cards, Cincinnati area's premier modern sports card shop and proud partner of your Cincinnati Reds.
Right-hander Mason Hickman into the ball game for the Guardians. It is 2-0 Reds as we move play here into the seventh inning. Hickman pitched in Double-A Altoona last year. Didn't really finish the year on a high note simply because he had some elbow issues. And he'll get the right-handed hitting Austin Wynns, who bats for the third time for the Reds here today. 1 ball, no strike count as the fastball misses just above the strike zone. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball, that will miss high, and it's a 2-ball, no strike count. So Wynn's getting the benefit of being in the designated hitter spot and getting some extra at bats here this afternoon. And that's going to miss just above the zone over the outside corner, and it is a 3-ball, no strike count. And we have not seen many, if at all, 3-0 counts here today. And that is ball 4, so 4 consecutive pitches out of the zone to Wins, and he will walk for the second time this afternoon. And here's Jacob Hurtubise, young man out of the United States Military Academy. He has hit everywhere he has been. And that pitch is going to miss just a bit inside, 1-0. One ball, no strike count as Hickman tries to find the strike zone, and he finally does with a high heater right in the heart of the plate to Jacob Hurtubise.
I would say he's another guy that's on the radar.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. And that pitch hits the back foot of Hurtubise, and he will head on down to first base. So the Reds have their first 2 batters aboard here in the 7th against the right-hander Mason Hickman. And that will bring Edwin Arroyo to the plate. There are many eyes that watch this young man Arroyo on a daily basis. Switch hitting shortstop, and he waits on the first pitch. It's going to miss inside, and it's a 1-ball, no strike count. There are many that say this kid could play shortstop in the big leagues right now. The bat is trying to come together, and he hits this one in the air, right center field. It is falling quickly, and it is an out as Halpin closes rapidly on that baseball for the first out for the Reds here in the 7th, 1 down. That'll bring Eric Gonzalez to the plate. First pitch fastball, and that's in there for a strike here to Gonzalez. Gonzalez has been around a while. Fouled straight back. He's played just about all of the infield positions. I don't know that he's played first base, but he's played short, second, and third. Started with these Cleveland Indians. We've seen him with the Pirates and with the Marlins.
Spent the year last year in AAA.
"32 years of age out of the Dominican Republic." And the breaking ball is in the dirt, and that will be taken by Gonzalez. And it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
It's been fun to watch him work around the complex at camp this year, especially with the young players. Works hard. The guy can play some infield.
Gonzalez waiting on Hickman. He'll check second twice. The pitch is lifted high into the air, into right field. Rodriguez will have it, tagging from second. Long, strong throw, and they're going to ring him up at second base, and Hurtubise But I thought he got in there rather without a challenge, but there will be no challenge, and that was going to end up being a double play, 9-5-3. The Reds are out of the inning, but lead 2-0 as we head to the bottom of 7 here on the Reds Radio Network.
The newest Nation Kitchen and Bar location is now open at the Banks, directly across from the Great American Ballpark entrance. The family-friendly restaurant is open every day of the year for lunch and dinner and features Nation's award-winning burgers. Plus, brunch is available every weekend from 10 to 2. Whether you're getting lunch with coworkers or out with family and friends, check out the new Nation Kitchen and Bar at the Banks.
When your child is facing a difficult health challenge, the world shrinks down to just one question. Who can help us? Cincinnati Children's is ranked the #1 children's hospital in the nation by U.S. News and World Report. We're the one for the ones that matter most. It's no wonder patients from all 50 states and over 50 countries seek our specialty care. Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together.
The Cons brand has been a Cincinnati tradition almost as long as Reds baseball. For more than 130 years, Cons hot dogs have been an important part of so many special memories. From grilling out with family and friends to settling in at the stadium for a Reds game. It's no wonder the Cons brand is the official hot dog of the Cincinnati Reds. So pick up a pack of Cons hot dogs and all their quality meats at local stores throughout Reds country. And keep the tradition alive.
Every time you get a fresh brewed coffee or a fountain drink at United Dairy Farmers, you earn 3 cents off per gallon of gas with UDrive. So get a drink a day for 5 days, earn 15 cents off per gallon. The savings add up until you fill up. This calls for a toast to UDrive, only at UDF.
The Dan Patrick Show, Monday morning at 9 on Fox Sports 1360.
Second touching the 6th and 7th. Right-hander Brent Kennedy heads to the mound. Kennedy will go to work against Jonathan Rodriguez. Reds leading 2-0 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. First game of spring training 2024. First pitch fastball that will bounce to the plate. It's a 1-ball, no strike count. Rodriguez, right-handed batter. Kennedy, right-hander on the mound, and the fastball will catch the inside corner, and that'll even things at a ball and a strike. Kennedy back to the belt. They kick the pitch, and he misses outside. 2-ball, 1 strike count. Kennedy turns it loose, ground ball back up the middle. Arroyo, sliding catch, throw in time. That's how you do it. 1 down.
That's a Gold Glove play right there. That was incredible. Arroyo, a sliding stop to his left, spinning to his feet, throw right on the money.
For those of you that have not seen young Edwin Arroyo, think of the days of Javi Baez in a Cubs uniform and just the flash and the brilliance that he showed with the glove, and that's this kid. He's not quite there yet. I tell you what, he has definitely got some flashes of brilliance, and he just showed it to the folks here at Goodyear Ballpark. 1 down, and a swing and a tapper foul into the mitt off the bat of Davison De Los Santos. 1-ball, 1 strike count. Kennedy turns it loose. De Los Santos, swing and a miss. 1-ball, 2 strike count. That looked like a high changeup, and De Los Santos swung at it like it was a fastball. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball foul down the third baseline. That's the part of early spring, especially for a guy like Arroyo. You hope that they can relax enough to show what they can do. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. Says first base umpire Alan Porter. I'd have rung him up. 2-ball, 2-strike.
Not biased at all either.
And Kennedy will come calling. Swing and a miss. He got him right there. 2 down.
Catcher, Dom Nunez.
So here's Dom Nunez. Nunez grounded to second base in his first at bat. Nunez will ultimately end up getting more at bats than the starter Bo Naylor. Here's Kennedy. Ground ball foul off the bat of Nunez in the far end of the first base dugout where the Guardians reside. No ball, 1-strike count. Reds have 6 hits. Guardians have 5, but the Reds lead 2-0. 2 outs here in the bottom of 7. Changeup off the outside corner, and that'll even things at a ball and a strike. We've seen Spires, Cruz, Farmer, Bruill, Kriske, and now Brett Kennedy on the mound for the Reds. The pitch. Foul to the left side, out of play. Beautiful day. An awfully nice crowd. Folks out on the berm. Seem to be all over the place. The 1-2. Tap foul again right behind home plate. Nunez with a healthy hack at that one.
It's a tremendous turnout. It's great to see. And a lot of them in Cincinnati red.
A lot of buzz about these young Reds. Now they've just got to figure out how to put it all together. Changeup misses off the outside corner. And Kennedy has run the count to 2-2.
I think it's fair this year, Cowboy, to expect some degree of growing pains still.
There's no doubt about it. 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be in the dirt, and it's a 3-ball, 2-strike count. But what you'd like to have is maybe the hitters have their rough day when maybe some of the pitchers are having an awfully good day, and vice versa, kind of that brother-in-law effect. Kind of when you're playing a scramble, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Pulled foul down the first baseline.
One ready to pick up the other when it's needed.
And I think that's pretty much what we're going to see. We're going to see a scramble. We're going to see a scramble of some elite talent. And I think the next 4 or 5 years watching these folks in a Reds uniform are going to be awfully fun. Tapper into the glove of the third baseman Gonzalez. A little looping liner for the third out. And we've got 7 innings in the book here in Goodyear. Reds 2, Guardians nada. Tommy Thrall back to you in the 8th on the old, not off the fiber, the Reds Radio Network.
Marty Brenneman here. You know, with baseball season comes grilling season, and nothing is better than Montgomery Inn barbecue. In fact, did you know that you can get all your Montgomery Inn favorites at your local grocery store? Complete your grocery list with Montgomery Inn's sweet and tangy barbecue sauce, world-famous ribs, pulled chicken, and pulled pork. Doesn't get much better than that. Find all your Montgomery Inn favorites at Kroger or your local grocery store.
Spring's here, and we're looking for another successful season on the diamond and on the job site. But what does success really mean? At the heart of it, a big win means that everyone gets home safely. We can all be an all-star while driving. Keep an eye out for road workers. Watch your speed and eliminate distractions so that Ohio work zones can be safe for all. Take the Safe Driving Pledge at ohiolecet.com/safer-roads and join us in promoting safety on the job site. This message is brought to you by the Ohio Laborers Union and Ohio Lecet.
Seg, winter sucks. What can I do to get that warm, cozy feeling inside?
Here's an idea, Willie. Call Better Choice Heating and Cooling today to learn more about the complete new lineup of Tempstar high-efficiency furnaces. They're 98% efficient and backed by the Tempstar no-hassle guarantee.
Seggy, my man, I feel warmer already.
In Cincinnati, call Better Choice Heating and Cooling at 513-868-3388. Any weather, heating and air, and Tempstar. Quality you can feel. Tempstar.
When do you like to listen to Scott Sloan?
I listen when I need a good laugh.
I like to listen when I'm wearing my happy pants.
Me and my girlfriends like to listen and drink mimosas.
I do that too.
Scott Sloan, Monday morning at 9 on 700 WLW. And check out his podcast on the free iHeartRadio app.
Right-hander Nick Enright out of the Guardians bullpen. 27-year-old right-hander will go to work against Bubba Thompson.
Thompson roped a double into the gap in right center. His first time up, bats for the second time. He scored the Reds' second run back in the sixth. Reds are up 2-0. Here's the pitch. Thompson flashes a bunt here, pulls the bat back, takes a ball. Bubba Thompson, a guy trying to give the Reds a little depth in the outfield. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Well, I think when you look at this Reds position player outlay, the one spot that you really don't have a backup for is TJ Friedl. I think any other position you could probably hit the ground running and wait on a guy to come back from an injury.
The 2-1. Thompson fouls it back out of play.
And from a center field standpoint, that would be a push. So let's keep our fingers crossed for one TJ Friedl that he stays healthy.
The 2-1 pitch to Bubba Thompson, 2-2 pitch rather, is up and away. Now it's a full count, 3-2. That's a guy that was just trying to make this team the last few years,
yeah.
TJ Friedl, and now he is a very important piece of what the Reds have going on.
He has become an anchor.
The 3-2 fouled off to the right side. He certainly has some leadership traits as well, which are invaluable.
Yeah, I would say for TJ Friedl that's the way it's been for him his entire life, regardless of where he's played, whether it be high school or college or minor leagues. And I mean, he's earned every single step, and now he's a guy that you've come to count on.
Off the plate inside, and that's ball four. Bubba Thompson works a leadoff walk here in the eighth inning. And talking with TJ about that, it's funny because, well, what's spring training like for you this year? Is it any different? And he goes, I have been in this role my entire life where I've had to fight for everything. I don't know any other way to go about it.
And that's how he plays.
One on, nobody out. Michael Troutwine's the batter, and the pitch to him is cut on and missed for strike one. Bubba Thompson, by the way, right now on the 40-man roster for the Reds. But the fact that he's a right-handed bat with some speed, and he's showing it off here as he takes off on the pitch, throw to second, not in time, and the ball trickles away slightly. That might have actually hit Bubba Thompson on the slide into second base as it rolled away from the covering second baseman, but it's a stolen base for Bubba Thompson.
First stolen base of the spring for the Reds, and if you know anything about what the Reds did last year in the stolen base category, they led all of Major League Baseball. They were running at will.
The 1-1 down too low, 2 balls and a strike on Troutwine, and to hear the Reds talk about it, David Bell's mentioned it several times already in camp. Look, they want to improve on what they did on the bases last year, and you think, how do you improve? You're already among the best in baseball at running the bases. Well, they want to be more efficient. The 2-1 pitch. And there's a broken bat roller to the right side. The second baseman, Martinez, will glove and flip to first in time for the out. Thompson moves to third on the ground out. One away. And that doesn't just mean stolen bases. That means running the bases, going first to third, taking the extra base, trying to score on a ball in the gap. Doing so by being aggressive but more efficiently aggressive.
That's an attractive trait for folks buying tickets and coming to the ballpark. That's fun to watch. It's fun to watch the action on the base paths. It's fun to watch as a fan, your favorite player taking that extra base, diving into third, a la Pete Rose with that head first slide. I mean, that makes you sit up in your seat a little bit.
Connor Capel takes inside, ball one. You can't argue that this bunch wasn't a fun group to watch last year. He swings and misses at a high fastball as Capel.
But I'll in the same breath, Tommy, I'll say all of these guys that were here last year, they realized going into the offseason that the tank ran empty in the month of September.
Capel hits it sharply on the ground to the first baseman. The throw will come home, and now they've got Thompson hung up. Catcher will tag out Thompson, and now the throw goes to second. Capel made a wide turn around first base, but there's nobody back at first, so he will just go back to the bag. But that will go 3-2 on the fielder's choice to get Bubba Thompson between third and home.
And I think because of a lot of these young guys have experienced what it's like to play that 6 month at the big league level and how you have to prepare accordingly, I think they all went into their offseason, okay, I know I have to do this better, I have to be stronger, I have to make sure I train harder so that I can get to that point where I have a full tank in September when it really counts. And I think the only way that you can prepare for that is to understand what it's like, and you can't understand what it's like until you've been there.
It seems kind of elementary, I guess, in a way. Here's the first pitch to Callahan, and he swings and he unloads on a high, deep drive to right. Looking up is the right fielder Rodriguez, and it is gone. Tyler Callahan launches one out of here to right. A 2-run blast to double the Reds' lead. It's now 4-0. Second home run of the day for the Reds. Will Benson a solo shot in the fourth, and now Callahan with a man aboard in the eighth. Now, P.J. Higgins takes in the dirt outside, but going back to our conversation about getting through a 162-game Major League season, you talk to players, you talk to guys around the game, they will say that is there is no comparison between going through 140 or 150 games in the minor leagues to a big league season because everything matters so much more in the big leagues. The 1-0 pitch fouled away.
Especially in the month of September.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean,
when you're in a race,
that's like being in a race and you mash the accelerator and there's nothing there. I mean, that creates a lot of fear, a lot of doubt, and
the 1-1.
The only way you can erase that is through work, and I think a lot of these kids, that's probably the best thing that could have happened to them.
I talked to Andrew Abbott today, and I thought he put it really well. He was kind of talking about this subject. Here's the 2-1 pitch to P.J. Higgins. Swing and a miss, 2-2. He goes, look, that's every inning in the big leagues is a high-stress inning because everything matters so much more than everything you've done in the minor leagues. Like, you know, pitching in a regular inning in the big leagues is like pitching with the bases loaded and nobody out in the minor leagues. The pitch up too high.
I remember that feeling, and I remember stepping out there and thinking, oh, wow. I'm not sure I can go 6 innings. You know, I'm like, dang.
I mean, adrenaline can only take you so far.
You can only redline for so long.
Full count, 3-2, nobody on, 2 outs. The pitch, and Higgins fouls it back. We'll try it again. 4-0, Redlegs are up. We're in the 8th inning here in Goodyear.
When you've got a guy at the plate that you know that you can overpower, and you're in a position in the 6th or the 7th inning where you can't reach back for that extra, that's when guts and guile come into hand.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Down on strikes Higgins. And the inning comes to a close. With a 2-run blast by Tyler Callahan. Doubles the Reds' runs. And it's now 4-0 as we head to the 8th. On the Reds Radio Network.
All right, Reds fans, not only is baseball getting started, but so is construction season. Need top quality supplies for your next plumbing, HVAC, or electrical project? Win Supply's got you covered. With over 670 locations nationwide and 15 right here in the Cincinnati area, Win Supply is where the pros go for expert advice and a massive selection from top brands like American Standard. Pros like you. That's the Win Supply difference. Find your local store at winsupply.com.
Here at JTM, we serve every level of America's food service industry, and we're proud to do it the JTM way. That means putting faith and family first in everything we do. It means having a strong commitment to personal growth for each member of our team. It's embracing a pioneering spirit to build something special with every new dish we create together. And it's the same way we've done it for over 60 years. To learn more about the JTM way, visit jtmfoodgroup.com/careers. JTM. Let's create great dishes together.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 85% water, right?
85% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Ooh, pass me the intercom thingy.
Attention shoppers. If you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Don't pay for water. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods.
Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
No matter how you like your burger or barbecue, it'll taste even better on a Klosterman honey bun. Fresh and delicious Klosterman honey buns really are the better bun. So load on the toppings and break out the good paper plates. Make your burger better with Klosterman honey buns.
The Dan Patrick Show, Monday morning at 9 on Fox Sports 1360.
Brett Kennedy's back to work for the Reds. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. 4-0. Favor the Reds. Kennedy's first pitch to Jose Tena is in there for a strike called, and the count is 0-1. First at bat for Jose Tena today. The 0-1. He swings through it. Pulled the string on him, and Tena was way out in front, and the count is 0-2. Now the 0-2 pitch. Way off the plate outside. This might be Kennedy's game to finish. There's a few guys left in the Reds bullpen, I guess. Big ask. Go 3 on day 1 out of the bullpen. The 1-2 pitch. In the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He might have to put his arm in a cryo chamber if that was to happen.
In comes the 2-2 to Tena. On the ground and one hop by the diving shortstop Arroyo. And that is into left center field. Base hit for Jose Tena to begin the Guardians' 9th inning. Now the guy will come up with the best name of the spring so far, Petey Halpin. Like anybody named Petey. Kennedy readies. Right-hander from the belt. Home with the first pitch to Halpin, and it misses high and outside for ball 1. In comes the 1-0 pitch. And that got in on the hands of Halpin. He fouls it back. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. One on, nobody out. Reds are up 4-0. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning in Goodyear. The Reds are back at it again here in Goodyear. Home game against the Angels. Reds the visitors today in this contest of shared tenants. Roommates, if you will. One and one on Halpin. Kennedy from the belt to the plate. Up too high. 1 o'clock start tomorrow. 1:05 first pitch. And then a split squad already on Monday, with half the team going to Maryvale to play the Brewers. The other half will be here at home to play Seattle. 2-1 pitch is off the outside corner. It's a 3-1 count on Halpin. And then off to Mesa Tuesday to play the Cubs before the first off day of the spring. The Reds will have 3 days off in camp. Here's the 3-1. And that's in there for a strike. Fills up the count, 3-2. Right-hander has the sign, readies, and turns loose the payoff pitch. Fouled away. Hunter Green will get the ball tomorrow for the Reds. We'll also see Brandon Williamson pitch in that game. TJ Antone slated to pitch as well tomorrow.
Well, I sure hope everything goes well for TJ Antone.
Here's the payoff. And a swing and a miss. He pumped it right on by Halpin, down on strikes. Guardian center fielder.
You like to see all these guys have success, but for a guy that's gone through what Antone has gone through.
And he has a chance to really be a difference maker in that Reds bullpen. He can close games if you need him to, if Diaz isn't available, but he's got to be healthy, and he understands that as much as anybody. Broken bat flare into short left field. That'll drop just inside the line. Around second base and hesitating, and now the throw goes to third, but not in time to get Jose Tena. I don't know what Tena was doing. He kind of hesitated around second base before he took off for third, and Capel's throw almost got him, but on the play, Priest goes into second base behind it. So second and third now with one out. I think that will go as a single, and then he goes to second base on the throw, I believe is what they announced. But if you're going to get nitpicky about spring training scoring, then we've got to have a chat. Here's Angel Martinez. The first pitch is down low for ball one. Second and third with one away. Martinez 0 for 1, batting for the second time this afternoon. The 1-0, and that's a strike. Action now behind Kennedy in the Reds bullpen. It is Carson Rudd loosening up. Now the 1-1 pitch to Martinez. And it nails the outside corner for a strike called. 1-2. Talking about the bullpen and TJ Antone, I think, Cowboy, the bullpen has a chance to be a strength of this team this year.
Well, it was a strength last year. They just got worn out.
The 1-2.
Earlier in the season.
Ground ball pulled foul. Now you've got some guys out there that'll be able to go multiple innings to give some of those guys a little bit more of a breather. That was the thing they really were desperate for last year, guys that could get outs in multiple innings.
And you've got to be able to pitch on back-to-back days.
1-2 to Martinez in the dirt inside, and I think that's one of the keys when it comes to TJ Antone.
And I think that's the only way that really that Antone can survive on this club is either you pitch 3 innings or you pitch on back-to-back days. I mean that's kind of a hardcore way to look at it, but you can't work your bullpen or your team around one guy. You just can't do that.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Up and away. Now it's a full count, 3-2, especially in this day and age of how much guys have to throw.
Well, you're going to use that bullpen a lot, especially early in the season. The Reds used the bullpen a lot from day 1 to day 162.
Here's the payoff pitch to Martinez from Kennedy. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down on strikes. Angel Martinez. Both outs this inning by way of the strikeout. 9 strikeouts by Reds pitching this afternoon. 2 gone, 2 on. And the batter is Juan Brito. Cleveland third baseman, a left-handed hitter with an open stance. Chokes up on the bat slightly, resting the bat on his back shoulder, waiting on Kennedy, who has the sign ready from the belt. His pitch is high and wide, ball one. Reds enter this season trying to put together their fourth winning season over a 5-year span, something that has not happened since 85 to 90. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Off the plate outside. Second and third, 2 outs, 2 balls, no strikes on Brito. Kennedy through the signs and from the belt delivers the 2-0 pitch. And that's in there for a strike. Kennedy gets the sign and delivers the 2-1. Strike called. Well located right in the outside corner. And the count squares. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 out. Reds are up 4-0, and Brett Kennedy trying to keep it right there and get this game to the 9th. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled left side. So we'll try the 2-2 again. Kennedy ready again. The 2-2 again. Just off the outside corner. It's a full count. Kinsey Noel waiting in the on-deck circle. The payoff pitch and a feeble swing is grounded off the front of the Cleveland dugout. Now the count's full 3-2. That was one of those where Brito didn't really want to do it, but it was too late to hold up and just fought it off. The at-bat continues, and here's the payoff. Swing, and there's a weak tapper up the first base line, handled by Higgins. He steps on the bag for the out, 3 unassisted, and the Guardians strand 2 in scoring position in the 8th. Reds still lead it 4-0 as we head to the 9th on the Reds Radio Network.
Toyota is all about having choices, like more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including the best-selling RAV4 with the best resale value in its class. Now through March 4th, choose 4.99 APR financing on a new 2024 RAV4 or 5.99 on an electrified RAV4 hybrid with approved credit through TFS. Excludes RAV4 Prime. Plus, every new Toyota comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance. Get details at Toyota.com. The choice is yours. Toyota, let's go places.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Your Reds pride doesn't blend in, it sticks out proudly because they're the baseball team that started it all. And with the Cincinnati Reds PNC Bank Visa debit card, you can put your pride on display and show everyone you're Reds to the core. Visit pnc.com/Reds card to learn more. Visa is a registered trademark of Visa International Service Association and used under license. Copyright 2021, the PNC Financial Services Group, Inc. All rights reserved. PNC Bank National Association, member FDIC.
Behold, baseball is back. And so are Little Kings. The classic full-flavored recipe has returned in its tiny green bottle to a beer fridge near you. Grab an 8-pack today and stock up for the season ahead. Huzzah! Little Kings Brewery, Cincinnati, Ohio.
New pitcher for the Guardians, the right-hander Trey Benton.
He will get a new batter. Daniel Veoheen will bat for Austin Winds. Reds are up 4-0. We're in the ninth. First pitch, low and inside from Benton to Veoheen. Ball one. Here's the 1-0. Veoheen swings and skies it into very short left field. On is Priest to make the catch for the first out. Join us at Great American Ballpark on Friday, March 1st, to choose your seats for the season. Purchase a season ticket membership, and it's your last chance to guarantee access to opening day. RSVP now at reds.com/select. Jacob Hurtubise bats and takes in the dirt. Hurtubise hit by a pitch his first time up. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Hurtubise. Off the plate outside. Hurtubise originally drafted by the Mariners, a 39th round pick in 2018 out of West Point. Reds signed him as a non-drafted free agent the next year out of Army. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and this ball is lifted in the air and well struck to center field. Halpin going back, and he will make the catch just shy of the track and straight away center field.
Shortstop, Edwin Arroyo.
Now Edwin Arroyo will make his way to the plate. Arroyo out on a fly ball to the center fielder his first time up. He's already had a couple of slick plays defensively this afternoon since taking over for Ellie De La Cruz at short. First pitch to Edwin Arroyo. In the dirt, ball one. One and 0 on Arroyo. Nobody on, 2 outs. Arroyo with an open stance from the left side. Switch hitter. Here's the 1-0. And he takes off the plate inside. It's a 2-ball, no strike count. Got off to a slow start last year at the plate. But those that have seen a lot of Edwin Arroyo, Cowboy talking earlier about how important the bat is going to be for him. There's no doubt he can field. But there are a lot that feel like the bat will come along and that he will be able to hit at the major league level. The pitch is off the plate outside. It's 3-0. Made his way up to Double-A, but only for a few games in Chattanooga last year. Here's the 3-0. And the pitch is down too low for ball 4. He works a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs in the 9th inning. But I don't think, Cowboy, it's out of the realm of possibility that Arroyo could make himself a guy that's ready for the big leagues this year if everything goes well for him.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with getting off to a good start, consistent command at the plate with the bat, and continuing to develop his tools at shortstop, the consistency.
Eric Gonzalez takes low and outside. The Reds are in a position, too, where they don't have to rush guys like Arroyo. You know, over the last few years, there have been times where, because of the needs of the organization, they've probably had to move guys maybe quicker than they might have been comfortable with.
Jose Barrero.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to Eric Gonzalez, is in the dirt. 2-0 now. Two balls, no strikes. Runner at first with 2 outs. 4 runs on 7 hits for the Reds. Cleveland have been held scoreless. They have 7 hits as well. Neither team's committed an error, and the pitch is low and away. 3-0 now on Eric Gonzalez after the 4-pitch walk of Edwin Arroyo. As Cowboy mentioned before, Gonzalez has spent quite a bit of time in the big leagues. Last year in AAA with the White Sox, but a veteran that's been around. And he's a guy that can really be a very positive influence on a lot of these guys during spring training. And if he doesn't make this team out of camp, a pretty good insurance policy to have in Louisville. Pitch is in there for a called strike. It's 3-1. One on with 2 outs. 3 balls, 1 strike on Gonzalez. Here's the pitch. Off the plate away. That's ball 4. Back-to-back 2-out walks.
Right fielder, Bubba Thompson.
And now Bubba Thompson will make his way to the plate. Right-hander gets the sign, readies. And the pitch, instead of pick back at second, and back safely is Arroyo. He was almost caught leaning toward third. Scrambled back just in time. Benton has the sign, readies. The pitch to Thompson, and he looks at a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Thompson grounds it softly up the middle. Shortstop will handle it. Tena flips to Martinez, covering at second to force out Gonzalez to close out the Reds' ninth. 4-0. Redlegs lead the Guardians as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning on the Reds Radio Network.
BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the Cincinnati Reds, invites you to the BetMGM Sportsbook at the Banks. With 3 betting windows, 14 self-service kiosks, and plenty of TVs and seating, it's the perfect place to catch all the action. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Ohio only. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in partnership with MGM Northfield Park.
It's knowing that your door is always open and your path is free to walk.
Life can throw a lot at us, but through all the ups and downs, your financial future will be ever gentle on your mind with Western and Southern. From life insurance to investments, our one-on-one guidance is customized for your needs today and in the future. Western and Southern, life insurance, retirement, and investments. Visit westernsouthern.com/rest assured to get started today.
Ever smiling, ever gentle on my mind.
Hitting a fastball off the end of the bat can really sting. You know what else stings? Insects. Tommy Thrall here. This part of the season is a good time to stop the sting with Rose Pest Solutions. Rose technicians are equipped to take out all kinds of unwanted pests. Not only do I trust Rose, but the Reds do too. They keep Great American Ballpark pest-free year-round. Got a pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call the pros at Rose at 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
No matter how you like your burger or barbecue, it'll taste even better on a Klosterman honey bun. Fresh and delicious Klosterman honey buns really are the better bun. So load on the toppings and break out the good paper plates. Make your burger better with Klosterman honey buns.
Colin Cowherd, Monday at noon on Fox Sports 1360.
Right-hander Alan Buznitz comes out of the Reds bullpen. He will take over for Brett Kennedy and try to close out this 4-0 lead for the Reds.
It is not a Cactus League save opportunity, though, for Buznitz. Reds are up 4-0. They're in the bottom of the 9th inning as the Guardians come to bat. Junkinsey Noel leads it off for Cleveland here in the 9th. Buznitz readies, throws, and misses low. Ball 1. Jonathan Rodriguez is next. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a foul over by the Reds dugout. Reds are in the third base dugout. Cleveland's in the first, which is funny because during the regular season, Cleveland's in the third base dugout at their park at Progressive Field. The Reds at Great American Ballpark are in the first base dugout, the 1-1. Pitch is down and away. 2 balls and a strike.
Go figure.
Yeah, all right. I find that a little amusing, to be honest. Here's the 2-1 pitch, grounded foul, third base side. Two and two on Noel. And now Noel wants time. Right-hander Buznitz gets the sign, readies and throws. The 2-2 pitch is chopped foul at the plate. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes on Noel. Watch MLB.tv and stream 250-plus spring training games and every out-of-market game live or on-demand. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. The 2-2. And a breaking ball is lifted high into the air, right side of the infield. It is the second baseman under it, and Callahan puts it away for the out. Reds trying to collectively shut out Cleveland here in the Cactus League opener. The pitch, and it's fouled back. Nothing in one on Rodriguez. Buznitz is home with the 0-1. And a breaking ball and a pretty good one there for a called strike to Rodriguez. Buznitz, even though he is pitched in the big leagues for the Reds, is over from minor league camp. Pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's not in big league camp this year. He's not an invite, not a 40-man guy. Buznitz deals the 1-2 pitch and a swing and a miss. So down on strikes, Rodriguez. 2 gone in the 9th, and now it is up to a pinch hitter.
Brian Lavastida.
Lavastida, one of the catchers. Here's the pitch. Lavastida takes a high strike. The count is 0-1. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. This copyright reminder is provided by Dinsmore, the official legal counsel of the Reds. The pitch misses down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike on Brian Lavastida. And Lavastida sends one in the air to right. Fading back on it is Thompson. He will make the catch over his left shoulder to end the ball game. That's it. Reds win it 4-0 in the Cactus League opener here in Goodyear. Final score once again, Reds 4, Guardians nothing. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this on the Reds Radio Network.